So in a nutshell, basically what Wolf's Paradox is saying is that he's seeing a lot of positivity on the internet around people who, recently had a lot of negativity associated with them, correct? And he says, do you think that I would have benefited from something like that if during the interview with Side Scrollers, I had shown screenshots to Craig of the mobile game, all right? So here's the thing. I've already addressed this. This has already been explained, but no one listens to my answers, all right? No one wants to hear the answers, all right? I'm on this podcast with Side Scrollers, all right? And Craig's like, if you're innocent of all these claims of spending money on mobile games, which is ludicrous, that doesn't even a claim against me and anyone gives a fuck about it, because it has nothing to do with me or my content at all. It's the most ludicrous bullshit from outside the streams that has nothing to do with anyone's business or anything. It's false, but it's still bullshit anyway. It shouldn't affect anyone's judgment or anything. It's just nonsense. It's fucking bullshit, okay? And it pisses me off that we have to talk about it because it's fucking nonsense. It's so stupid. But anyway, since this is what they wanted to harp on in the interview, out of all the things to talk about, this is what they harped on in the interview, right? During the interview, the host of the interview, Craig, said, can you just send me a screenshot of the game, right, to prove your innocence? And what did I say? I said, I would probably consider and be willing to do it, but I'm not going to do it live on the show, all right? Now, why didn't I do it live on the show? It's very simple, because it wouldn't have proved anything, all right? These accounts, these mobile game accounts, even though they're not supposed to be transferable, are. There's a whole market for them online. Right now, you can go online and search WWE Champions account, and you can buy one right now, even though you're not supposed to be able to. You can buy it from someone, and you own that account, and it's a transfer of the account. You understand? So, if I had just taken a screenshot and sent them a screenshot of my real account, it literally would have proven nothing. They would, oh, you see, so that's easily bullshit. It's easily doctored because he bought someone else's account or whatever. The real way to prove your innocence in a case like this needs to actually show all the corroborating evidence, okay? So what does that mean? It means I would have had to show my account, all the information tied to the account. Now, I have a phone. So I could show things, for example, there's on iPhones, there's something called Game Center. And I could have shown that on Game Center, there's an account associated with Game Center, and that's, you know what I'm saying? That's the account that I'm using. It's not the account I'm accused of using and all that. In addition, I could have showed all the other games that I've ever played on Game Center, and I was going to actually show other games that I play currently to show all my information that it's all real. It's all the same name and everything associated with all those accounts. That that's my account. That's what I really use. So the only way to prove innocence isn't just do a quick screenshot and show it on a podcast. It wouldn't have never worked. It would have immediately been debunked. Oh, that's a fake account. He sold it. But if I can show all the corroborating evidence, right? Here's the account. Here's how it ties to this ID. Here's other accounts in that name for corroboration. Here's your body of evidence to prove what I'm saying is true. Then it would have been fine. And I already explained this. I'm getting asked again 2 months later. People already forgot my answers. Immediately after that show ended, I actually did all this. I made to all the screenshots, proved all of it, had all of it there, okay? All the evidence showing this is my real account, it ties to this ID, to this, this account, and here's other accounts in other games, that's the same ID, you can show it's the one I've been using for years and years. I had all of this ready to go. And I emailed Craig, and I said, are you ready? Because I want to make sure you're actively looking at your email account. I want to send this to you so you can look at it, but I can't have you staring at it or have a chance that someone else will get it. You got to delete it. This is my personal information. This is tied to things like my Apple account, and if this gets out, they're going to ruin it all for me. They're going to ruin all my accounts. They're going to fuck it all up because they've done shit like that before. So I send him the email, and he ignores it. He completely ignored the email, only for me to get an email the next day saying, yeah, we slammed you all this morning on our podcast because we don't believe you. And it's like, so essentially he didn't care. He never believed me. He wasn't going to believe me. You understand? Like, they already had preconceived notions in their heads of what the deal was based on watching 2 weeks of detractor content, right? There was absolutely no chance they were going to believe anything I said. If I sent them the screenshot, oh, well, he bought someone else's account. That's not evidence of anything. When I actually said, give me a few minutes after the show, let me take a half an hour to show all the evidence, create the packet of evidence you need to show my real stuff. And I said, I want to send it to you. Are you ready? He ignored me. And then the next day said, don't bother sending it. I don't want it. We already slammed you on our show. So There you go. But of course, I'm supposed to believe that they were so objective, and the interview appeared objective. After the fact, their behavior proves it wasn't. It proves the whole thing was a setup. They watched 2 weeks of detractor content. They never watched a single one of my answers. They never asked a single one of my fans who likes my content, what do you like about Phil? What's a positive spin on this? All they wanted to do was sit there and watch dumb shit from fucking It's a Gundam and other idiots who all they do is regurgitate the same fucking memes every day, and they all took it all at face value as being true. And because I couldn't immediately provide them with evidence of innocence, that's it, he's lying. So fuck it. And that's what I said. I'm done with this. I'm not ever going to waste time doing interviews and shit like this ever again, because I don't believe there's a single person on the internet who will give me a fair shake. They're all in it for their own agendas. They're all in it to get over. Because take a look at how they got over for the next 2 weeks. It was constant. Let's talk about Phil. Here's a related topic similar to Phil. I mean, shit, they just interviewed Boogie. Do you think they would have fucking interviewed Boogie if they didn't have me on the show first? It's a no-brainer. So now this is an ongoing stream of benefits that they're going to have because they had me on the show. So it was pretty... Now it's pretty clear-cut what was going on. Back then it wasn't. I actually thought I could trust Craig, but sadly, the thing was done in a way that there was no way they were ever going to believe me to begin with. How else can you explain that I literally said to him right after the show, dude, I have all the evidence for you. I'd like to send this to you, but I just want to be sure you're at your email. Can you take it? And he ignored me for a day, only so he could do a negative show about me the next day, profit from my haters, and then email me later, oh, by the way, yeah, we don't believe you. Too bad. So, fuck that. Fuck all that nonsense. And, but again, this is not anything I've already said. I've already said it, but now it's 2 months later. So I guess every couple of months I have to reiterate the exact same thing I said 2 months ago, because people didn't listen the first time. I don't know what else to say. All right? It really is. So, there you go, okay? And that's that. Like I said, I'm done with that. I'm absolutely not going to be bothering with that nonsense ever again. I don't see a reason to address it. As you know, in 2 months, we're done talking about it. And has anything horrible happened in the last 2 months? It has nothing to do with my streams. It has nothing to do with my content. It has nothing to do with the quality of stuff I put out for my viewership on the internet, and they don't care about it. So that's why I don't want to bring it up. So I'm okay bringing it up now just to reiterate what I've already said. But outside of that, there's no point in ever talking about it ever again. Okay? Okay, let's continue. Grog, what's going on? Good to see you here this morning. Grog has done a super